While most of us know this planet as planet Earth with land as far as the eye can see, we don't realize how vast our oceans really are. Land only accounts for about 30% of our Earth's surface, while the ocean occupies the other 70%. But why should we care about it? Our oceans produce over half of the world's oxygen, regulates our climate and weather patterns, provides food for us to eat, and a home to countless amounts of marine life. Humans have been fishing for food since the beginning of time, but it seems like once we found out how profitable fishing can be, we are now waging a war against our ocean that we are sadly winning. The commercial fishing industry has been around since the 19th century and is now playing a huge role in the destruction of our oceans, depleting it of almost all of its fish species and marine habitats. Today, we will be going over just how big of an impact the commercial fishing industry has on our environment. Let's go back to when fishing started. Before industrialization, prehistoric humans have been fishing for over 40,000 years as a means for providing food for survival. The earliest case of overfishing didn't happen until the early 1800s, when humans harvested the whale population to the brink of extinction by seeking them out for bubbler lamp oil. In more recent decades, consumers have grown accustomed to having access to a wide selection of fish species at any given time at affordable prices. Commercial fishing companies are moving fish on a massive scale at rates they are way too high for fish species to replace themselves. Forced to fish deeper and deeper into the ocean for farther down catches, fisheries are using a technique called fishing down that is upsetting the delicate balance of our ocean's biologic system. Governments around the world have implemented strict laws governing fisheries, which has given us reason for hope, but also it's sparked a huge increase in illegal, unreported, unregulated, and unsustainable fishing. Illegal fishing now accounts for more than 15% of the world's total annual fisheries output. Fisheries are using extremely destructive methods for catching fish species such as bottom trawling, drift net fisheries, fish farming, and trolling. The most prominent and destructive method of fishing used today is bottom trawling, a method in which large nets with heavy weights are carted across the ocean floor. This method causes large-scale destruction to our ocean's bottoms, wiping out entire coral reefs, damaging essential habitats, and removing seaweed. Seaweed plays an extremely crucial role in our ocean marine's ecosystem by enabling photosynthesis, cleaning the water of carbon dioxide, and providing a vital nursery habitat for so many marine species. Another fishing method that is used is called drift net fishing, or walls of death, where nets hang vertically in the water column without being anchored to the bottom. This destructive practice accounts for drastic quantities of bycatch, which is the killing of non-target fish and other marine life that adds up to more than 40% of the total global catch today. Bycatch is a huge contributor to the population decline of the already endangered species such as whales, dolphins, sharks, seals, sea turtles, and numerous other marine life. An estimated 650,000 annual marine life deaths are due to this unsustainable practice. Bycatch also severely changes the availability of prey, which is posing a major threat to maintaining a healthy ecosystem. Of course, we all love eating fish, but would we love it so much if we knew the conditions that it was raised in? Aside from all of the waste that these horrible fishing techniques leave in our ocean, the toxic water conditions that are produced from the industrial fish farms would have to top it all. Since our oceans can no longer naturally produce a big enough supply of fish due to the extreme overfishing, approximately 50% of the fish that we globally consume are raised in fish farms. These fish farms are attempting to domesticate our oceans by raising fish in fenced-in areas of natural waters. The density of fish that are raised in these sorts of farms are subject to severe overcrowding, which in turn creates extremely toxic water. The water in these farms are filled with dead fish, pesticides, parasites, antibiotics, and deadly chemicals. Since most of these farms are located near freshwater streams in the sea or on the ocean coasts, they are spreading disease and pollution to the clean waters around them, posing a huge threat to the marine life in those areas. It is so important to know where our food comes from and just how it is obtained. In conclusion, the practitioners of commercial fishing are putting profit over the survival of our oceans and is ultimately leading us to an environmental collapse. These vast waters, which belong to no one and yet everyone, are suffering, and it is of no fault but our own. Commercial fishing is not and will never be sustainable, but luckily we are in control, and we can make a choice to be better informed on what is happening around to protect our precious planetary systems.